Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have been out for a few months now, and it's given me some time to think about how I feel about each gym leader and the teams that they use. Some of the new leaders own a near perfect group of Pokemon, while others I would want to modify a little bit. I began this series of changing each gym leader's team over a year ago, so of course I'm going to continue it today with Generation 9. To give you a quick rundown of my preferences, I like when gym leaders use new Pokemon that got released in that generation, and I don't like when they have multiple Mons from the same evolution line, or Pokemon that don't even match the gym's typing. Remember, this is all just my opinion, so if you think differently from me, then that's totally fine. Anyways, without further ado, it's time to give every gym leader in the Paldea region a brand new team. The funny thing is, I'm actually not going to give the first gym leader, Katie, a new team at all. Her first two team members, Tarantula and Nimble, are a great fit for this bug-type gym, as both of them are your typical early game bug Pokemon. As for Teddiursa, this is where things get interesting for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Thanks to the new terrestrialization gimmick, many of the gym leaders' strongest Pokemon are not from Generation 9, and as a matter of fact, most of them don't even match the typing of the gym before terrestrializing. However, that is the whole point of this new feature, so I'm not even bothered by it. This means that I'm completely fine with Katie owning a Teddiursa, especially because look how cute it is when it's terrestrialized. I can't take that away from the little teddy bear. The second gym leader, Brassius, also has a pretty good squad of grass types. Smoliv is a solid team member, while Sudowoodo has always wanted to be a tree, so it being the Pokemon to terrestrialize into a grass type is perfect. However, Petilil is from Pokemon Black and White, so it has to go. When it comes to replacing Petilil, there's plenty of options. Bramblin and Capsicid could work, but I think Toadschool would be the best choice. Because Brassius is usually the first or second gym leader that you challenge, it would be a great time to show off one of the new convergent Pokemon. Not to mention, the typing of grass ground is a lot more interesting than just plain grass. Iono is next up on our list, and she's probably the most interesting gym leader, to put it nicely. Anyways, as for her team, there's only one problem with it. I have no issues with Wattrel or Bellabolt, and while I believe that there could be better mons to be her ace, Mismagius has a great special attack, and combined with the Charge Beam, that thing is a straight menace, so I'm all for it. On the other hand, I would want to remove Luxio since it's from Gen 4. To fill in for Luxio, I would give her a Palmo. I feel like Palmy would be too weak for the third gym leader to have, but I also don't want to give Iono another fully evolved Mon, so Palmo works out great. Additionally, it would be a good chance to show off the very first electric fighting type Pokemon. Moving on to Kofu, the water type user, I found it strange that after Iono, who is considered to be the third gym leader, had 4 Pokemon, Game Freak decided to only give 3 team members to the next 2 gym leaders. So first of all, let's add a Palafin to Kofu's team. Nothing too crazy, but it's another Mon that you would have to take down. Veluza and Wugtrio can stay, but I'm not really sure how I feel about Crabominable. On one hand, this Pokemon gets hated on a bunch for how it looks, so it probably deserves the attention, but Crabominable is also just a random choice. Something like a Graploct might work a bit better, since it is a literal octopus and still exhibits the fighting type. Then again, Crabominable knows Crabhammer, which becomes very strong once terrestrialized. So, I don't know, I could go either way on this one. And yes, I know Clobbopus and Graploct aren't available in Paldea, but this is all hypothetical. Larry, the 5th gym leader, is the funniest leader in my opinion, thanks to his basic lifestyle with his normal types. However, his team could definitely improve with just a couple of modifications. Even though I dislike the Dunsparce, I guess it can stay on Larry's team, only because it is a Gen 9 Pokemon. And similar to Iono's Mismagius, I'll keep Staraptor on his team due to how strong it becomes after terrestrializing. But Komala is pretty bad, and it's also from the Alola region, so he's going in the garbage. So now Larry needs 2 more members, and I would be down with giving him any of the new normal types that were introduced. Oinkologne and Maushold could be interesting additions, but I'd even be willing to give him a Grafaiai or Cyclizar just because of their unique dual typings. The gym leader of Montenevera, Rhyme, uses ghost types, and she didn't do the best job when creating her team. Banette and Mimikyu are not from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so they're getting kicked out. Houndstone can remain on the squad, and Toxtricity matches the vibe of the gym perfectly, so it can stay as Rhyme's ace. From there, it's pretty easy to replace Banette and Mimikyu, as Bramblegast and Annihilape would be awesome additions. But I think it would be really cool to see a Ceruledge instead of one of those mons, just because you don't really see Ceruledge much throughout the main storyline. The second to last gym leader is Tulip with her psychic types. Farigiraf and Espathra are great choices, and I don't have a better ace of the team in mind right now than Florges, so I'm cool with Tulip keeping it. However, I feel like every major psychic type trainer always has a Gardevoir, so I'm of course going to get rid of it. To fill in the empty slot, I could take a similar route as I did with Rhyme and give Tulip an Armarouge, or I could hand her a Rabsca. I'm more in favor of this bug and psychic type Pokemon, only because I think what it's based off is hilarious. Finally, we've reached Grusha, the final gym leader in Paldea. Satitan is freaking sick, so obviously it's keeping its spot on this team of ice types. And just like Florges, I don't have a better option than Altaria for Grusha's strongest mon, so I'm fine with him retaining it. Now when it comes to switching out Frostmoth and Beartic, I can actually only change one mon, who would be Beartic by the way. This is because Arctobax is a part of the only non-Paradox or non-legendary Ice-type evolution line besides Citadel and Satitan that was introduced in Gen 9. So unless I wanted to give Grusha an Iron Bundle or a Chien Pao, which would both be way out of place, then he can keep the Frostmoth. So there you have it. That's how each gym leader's team would look in the Paldea region if I was in charge. Let me know what you thought about these modifications, or what changes you would make in the comment section below. This once again brings an end to this series, but when Generation 10 rolls around, you can guarantee that I'll make another video on those gym leaders, considering those games include gym leaders of course. For now though, I hope you guys enjoyed, have a great rest of your day, and until next time, deuces!